Los Angeles. Freeman sends a fly ball to center field. Marshall's going back before the clock strikes Freeman has ended it. It's a repeat hero with the last word in a Game 3 classic. 18 innings long. Freddie Freeman with the walk-off home run. And then last night, it was Vlad Guerrero who got the bats going for the Blue Jays early with his home run. It was a 2-run jack, and it was the Jays going on to win. The series is now even at 2 games each, and we have a series of 3 games, and that's it. We're headed to L.A. right now. Jerry Hairston Jr., L.A. Dodgers pre- and post-game show host on Sports Spectrum L.A. You can find him on X at The Real J Hair. The Real J Hair. All right, so break down then. We thought, Manucci and I both thought Ohtani pitched really well, and it just, he gave up the one hanging ball in the zone, and Guerrero took him out. Was there, in your estimation, more issues with Ohtani on the mound due to the late night, or was that nothing? It didn't mean anything.
I thought he pitched extremely well. I mean, when you give us 6 innings, and at that point it was 2-1 ball game. So
yeah.
We only gave up 2 runs at that point. From the offense standpoint, we didn't provide him any runs, no run support, and we ran him back out there in the 7th inning because, obviously our bullpen was taxed because of that 18-inning game, and I thought he just ran out of gas. Mm-hmm. Show pitched 6 innings up until that point, gave us a chance to win. Unfortunately, that 7th inning he ran into traffic. The bullpen came in, unable to hold them at bay. They scored a couple runs, and really at that point the Blue Jays were off the races. But really the story right now is the Dodgers' lack of offense. Mm-hmm. They got to be able to score runs. They haven't been able to do so. Outside of Ohtani, this Dodger offense is hitting 194. 194 this World Series. So it's tough sledding to try to win a World Series hitting below 200. So hopefully the Dodger offense wakes up because, like you mentioned, it is a 3-game series now.
Jerry, watching the at-bats, maybe in the extra innings on Monday night into the at-bats by the Dodgers, it seems though a lot of guys striking outside the zone, not as disciplined at-bats as maybe watching the Blue Jays last night. I just want to get your thoughts on that as far as maybe anxiousness is creeping in, or like in those extra innings, everybody was trying to go yard in those extra innings.
Yeah, I think everybody's trying a little bit too hard. Now, listen, this is the World Series. You're going to try.
Sure.
You're going to try to make something happen. But it's a fine line, especially hitting in the big leagues at this level. You got to make sure that you go up there, get a good hit, and sometimes you got to take what the pitcher gives you. Sometimes he's not going to groove you something to drive, so you got to make sure you work the count, and then when you get something to go the other way, hit it the other way. Get on base. I think usually, especially playing in the postseason, playing in the World Series, it's those rallies. That's how you win ball games. Very rarely it's that one home run. And yes, we got that walk-off home run, but it was in the 18th inning. You got to be able to manufacture runs in the postseason. And right now, the Blue Jays are doing it a little bit better than the Dodgers. I'm hoping the Dodgers flip the script starting tonight.
And on top of that, to your point, they just seem to make hard contact. Just put the ball in play where you're not seeing the Dodgers put that ball in play. So with those adjustments, you've seen this team now. So all tied up after 4 games. What would be your main focus, or what should be the main focus for the Dodgers if they're going to win this best 2 out of 3?
I think you can't chase. I know it's easier said than done. You got to be able to swing at strikes. Chasing out of the zone, that breaking ball has been a key for the Blue Jay pitchers against the Dodgers. They've really utilized that breaking ball. So you got to make sure if you're going to get that breaking ball, it better be in the strike zone. If not, take your walk. It's okay to walk. It's okay to walk and pass the baton. When the Dodgers are at their best, they're working the count, taking their walks, and trusting the next guy behind them. And hopefully, I know they got together, today collectively. Hopefully they use that type of game plan and really implement it on the field tonight.
Jerry Hairston Jr. is our guest on the Right Toyota guest line. We're talking World Series baseball, Game 5 tonight. All right, Jerry, in your best analytic value, break down the 2 starting pitchers tonight for us and what you expect to see.
I just talked about Dodgers chasing, right?
Yes.
Sure. I know he's a young starter. he's had more postseason starts than he's had regular season start in his young major league career. That's his thing. That's his MO. He's going to try to get you to chase out of the zone, whether it's that split finger or that breaking ball. The biggest key for the Dodgers, if you lay off those pitches, you should be ahead of the count, meaning sitting 2-1, 3-1, a lot of at bats, and maybe getting some walks and put him in the stretch and put pressure on him with runners on base. That is the key for the Dodgers, laying off those breaking balls in the dirt or that split in the dirt. The key for the Blue Jays facing Snell, we know Snell is a 2-time Cy Young Award winner, great breaking ball, outstanding changeup, as well as a 97, 98 mile an hour fastball. His key is making sure he lands all 3 pitches. When he's landing all 3 different pitches at any time, that really puts the offense, like the Blue Jays, at bay. So key, hitting your spots, pitching, and for the hitters, they got to be able to hit strikes and not chase out of the zone.
Jerry, what was the issue with Snell in the last outing that they jumped all over him?
I think he was a hair off.
Okay.
Didn't have his put away pitches, those changeups, like I mentioned, the breaking ball, they weren't having that sharp bite to it. And when you don't have that bite on the breaking ball, and if that changeup is up in the zone instead of down in the zone, that's when you get hit a little bit. And that's what happened to Blake Snell.
You know, we talked about the bullpen. Will Klein, he will go down in infamy forever. 4 innings coming out of the bullpen. Just what a phenomenal story, Jerry. This young man gets added on to the World Series team at the very end. But can you talk about this young man, who he is? He's bounced around, but he was lights out to go 4 innings. What do you have, 63 pitches or so?
I think it was 70.
Might have been, yeah.
I think it was over 70. For him to listen, if you're an athlete, whether it's baseball, golf, football, basketball, stay ready. When you constantly are preparing yourself, staying ready, you'll never know when your opportunity presents itself. So Will Klein has busted his butt, worked extremely hard. He was in Arizona at our spring training complex a month ago, just staying ready because of injuries. We needed him to be a part of our roster. And then before you know it, he's pitching 4 innings in the World Series. But he was prepared for that moment. So outstanding job with him, his preparation. And then once he got that opportunity, he took advantage of it.
Sure.
He said, hey, I've worked extremely hard all my life. I'm going to enjoy the moment, and I'm going to seize the moment. And he took the fight to them, and he was really the MVP of that game, that 18-inning game, and he deserves all the praise.
Yeah, you're correct, Jerry. 72 pitches, 49 strikes, and you know, there's moments that kind of makes you smile in very serious World Series. When that young man that brought out the mud stick to get out of his cleats, that being Will Klein, and Klein had him do it, and then Klein patted him on the head and smiled at him. It just kind of went, that's magic when you look at World Series like that.
It's Brandon. He's one of our bat boys here with the Dodgers. Brandon is a great dude. I would talk to him yesterday. I go, brother, you're going to get your 3 hours of fame now. Everybody knows who you are. Yeah. It was kind of like that old school Roy Hobbs, the natural moment.
Yeah.
When, pick me out a winner, Bobby.
Yes.
It had that feel to it, when he had, because obviously it was wet conditions at that point with the dew in the air. And it was a special moment. Listen, I love every sport. I love golf, basketball, football. But there's nothing better than postseason baseball, man. There's no clock, meaning you got to throw the ball to the plate and get out. So if you don't get out, the game can last forever. And it's just so special, and I just love postseason baseball.
Jerry, one of the things that I'm a big proponent of, and now it's been realized, is the pitch clock. And for me, as a baseball fan, it's been a lifesaver. I mean, I was so tired of games going 3.5 to 4.5 hours, and now you can sit down and you know that pitcher is going to get the ball back from the catcher. He's going to get his sign, and he's going to wind up and deliver. And the pace of the game is so much better than what it used to be.
And Jerry, let me add, with Will Klein pitching, it was like watching the air raid pitcher. Get the ball off within 15 seconds.
Yeah.
You know what I love about it? Everybody talks about the pitcher and the hitter. You know what's great about the pitch clock? It helps the defense.
Sure.
Imagine being out there, guys. I've been out there in center field and right field when the pitcher's taking forever to throw the ball. We're like in the outfield, bro. Throw the ball. In the infield, throw the ball. Let's go. So I think that it's helped these infielders and the outfielders be ready. Mm-hmm. And I really think it's helped defenders become better defenders because you're always on your toes because you know there's going to be action between 15 and 20 seconds.
It's the best. It really is one of the greatest things that they ever came up with, and I'm glad that it has been instituted. Okay, so now with the game at 5 o'clock, let's see, it's 2:10. Is traffic already backed up all over Los Angeles trying to get to Chavez Rabin? One way in, one way out.
Well, guys, I got here around 12:30ish, so I got here a little early to avoid a little bit of the traffic. Yes, but there is a ton of traffic. We know about the LA traffic. You don't even need a World Series game to have traffic in LA, but certainly there'll be a lot of traffic heading into Dodger Stadium. This place should be rocking. Listen, I can't stress enough. If you're a Dodger fan, Dodgers have to win tonight.
Yes.
It is a must-win for the Dodgers.
Yep. Well, and you got the great weather, too. We 90-ish here, 85 to 88 degrees there. You've got the kind of the
no, it's hotter.
Yeah.
It's hotter.
It is?
Is it hotter?
Oh, man.
Wow.
You got the Santa Anas coming through there, Jerry? Is that what you got?
I was just out there. I did a hit for MLB Network, and I had a jacket on. I should have took my jacket off. It felt 105 on the field.
Wow. That's
hey,
different.
we truly appreciate you taking the time on game day. And I said Dodgers at 6. I know you said Dodgers at 6, but I think you're right. They have to win this game in order to go back to Toronto and hold up.
Absolutely. And I'm sticking with it. Dodgers in 6.
Fair enough, pal. Go do your job,
Thank you, Jerry.
We love having you on, Jerry. Thank you for your time.
Anytime, guys.
There you go. Great. That's just great. Jerry Hairston Jr. It's 94 degrees.
How about
there.
that? Yeah, they were talking about that the other day, and I know that we're like 10 degrees out of season, but I felt that we've always been like 90 or 95 until like mid-November.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to be like 90-ish here, so 92 to 93. But by the time they go first pitch,
right,
5 o'clock tonight. But the one thing we talked about the other day that he said as that game got longer, it got more damp.
Yes.
And the dew started to come in, and some of those balls that we thought were out, that heaviness in the air kept a lot of those balls from going out. So, again, I agree. Swinging at a lot of bad pitches. You notice that last night, these Dodgers were swinging way out of the zone.
They were chasing.
Guys,
right.
just be patient.
Yep.
Take your pitch, put the bat on the ball.
Jerry Hairston Jr. presented today by Taroko Sports, the ultimate sports and entertainment destination. Swing, grub, play at Taroko. That's right. All you have to do is step in to a pro-grade batting cages, unleash your arm on the pitching mound, or test your skills at the high-track swing suite. Challenge your friends with arcade games, mini bowling, and electric darts. Then refuel with great food, drinks, and snacks. Now, whether you're training like the pros or just looking for nonstop fun, Taroko Sports is where the action never stops. It's Taroko Sports. Grub, swing, and score. Visit TarokoSports.com today for more information. Once again, that is TarokoSports.com. All right, the Suns trying to get back on track. They will entertain the Memphis Grizzlies. Tonight, we're going to come back and dive into tonight's game. Rockin' Minutes with Jimmy B, ESPN 620.